Whether it's a DC comic villain, real life British gangster series, a Jewish gangster in a gangster series, a rebel in an outward fury road, Tom Hardy is guaranteed to have you hooked to your screen until the end of the movie. He's one of the few actors that have you running to check out their careers after you've seen them on the big screen. He brought to life one of the hardest live action villains in The Dark Knight Rises. His portrayal of Bane has been the stuff of legends. Because of him, there are dedicated fan bases and pages which repost and dissect some of the most powerful speeches and statements. His speech on Batman versus Darkness is one which gains major traction whenever it is seen on social media, and I'm sure you will find multiple TikTok edits of Bane's speech, which are a testament to the incredible job he put in. Described as a dedicated and intense actor on set by fellow actors, as well as a certified brown belt martial artist, his role in Mad Max Fury Road, a sequel to the early 80s film, is also another example of his versatility. In Legend, a movie released in 2015, he plays the gangster twins of Reggie Cray and Ronald Cray to perfection, flipping between a cold, calculated persona to a brash psychological maniac within seconds. This is a true life biopic of the Cray gangster twins who terrorized London up until their incarceration and death. Ronald Cray died in 1995 from a heart attack, and Reggie Cray died from a bladder cancer in 2005. Next up, in the widely watched and critically acclaimed series Peaky Blinders, he plays a Jewish gangster, Alfie Solomons, who gets in bed with Thomas Shelby, holding his own with excellence as he matches Thomas Shelby for wit and brawn. Here he delivers another powerful speech, which yet again makes the round on social media, even further boosting the movie's already prominent profile. The next actor is one who has zero problems playing either hero or villain in any movie. He captures the soul and essence of each character with poignant speeches and often quirky behavior that has him standing out in every movie he touches. He could play the most evil Nazi captain in one movie and an anti-slavery bounty hunter in the next, and then a scheming political grifter in yet another. The name is no other than Christoph Waltz. You find him in a movie, you know this is his peak performance about to grace your screen. In Inglorious Bastards, he plays the Nazi army captain charged with ferreting out Jews as per Hitler's orders, and he does this with great relish. The first scene of the movie shows just how things would go on as he discovers a family hiding Jews underneath the house through a carefully disguised set of questions and observations, and then orders their extermination with a certain creepiness that leaves the hidden family unaware of their impending deaths. This would be his trademark throughout the movie as he keeps both Nazis and allied soldiers alike on edge with his razor sharp intuition and questions before deciding on the most beneficial decision to himself. Some of you will remember him as Dr. Schultz in the movie Django, an anti slavery bounty hunter who frees Django from slavery, trains him as a bounty hunter to join his business, as well as look for his missing wife on the way. His last act will be to kill DiCaprio, who plays a slave owner who holds Django's wife. He does this deliberately in a reckless manner, knowing he would not survive the aftermath, but make sure that a despicable slave owner goes down with him. In Georgetown, he plays Ulrich Mott, an army captain with fake and forged credentials, lying his way through meetings and introductions, hoping to set up a consultancy in security. He weasels his way into marriage with an older woman with connections with the military in hopes of securing his own spot as a chief mediator and consultant on global crises. Our next actor is a man who would go through the most extremes for movie roles, from an anorexic hallucinator to a buff superhero, a magician, and countless other roles. It is no other than Christian Bale. His portrayal in The Machinist as an anorexic mechanic, which had him go on the most stringent diet in preparation for the role. Christian Bale will shrink from this to this just to play The Machinist, a movie where the main character suffered from hallucinations and dreams about himself in an increasingly confusing world where he was unable to differentiate between reality and imagination. The Dark Knight trilogy is to date one of the most critically acclaimed movies ever produced, never mind being a superhero movie. It broke the barrier of superhero movies being seen as merely canon fodder for cinema goers. Christian Bale yet again transformed to a fit and buff persona to play the challenging role of Batman for three installations that even in contemporary times still have insane replay value. In The Prestige, also starring Michael Caine, Robert Downey Jr., and Hugh Jackman. It is indeed Christian Bale again who plays Alfred Borden, a magician competing against Downey Jr.'s Robert Angier in a bid to take the performing arts to the highest level. Our next actor needs no introduction. From the ship boy with a most enthralling story in the sinking of the world's largest cruise ship in the 80s to the crazed police inspector in the 2010s, a role in a movie depicting corporate fraud, as well as a starring performance in 2023's latest big release. This is no other than Leonardo DiCaprio. In the 80s, he stars in the Titanic, a romantic story filled with tragedy as the world's largest ship sinks, killing all but one on board. Jack and Rose's story hit the cinemas and has inspired romance not just in movies but in real life. In 2018, DiCaprio is once again the star of the show with The Wolf of Wall Street hitting cinemas and delivering yet another legendary performance that has cinema goers in a trance again. DiCaprio delivers yet another stellar performance with his "I'm not leaving" speech being the icing on the cake. That scene has been clipped millions, if not billions, of times and is easily the most popular scene from the movie. So much that Manchester City, an English football club, used it to announce the contract extension of Kyle Walker in 2023. I mean, talk about movie and sports crossovers. Shutter Island hit the cinemas in 2010 with DiCaprio playing Deputy U.S. Marshal Edward Teddy Daniels, who is investigating a psychiatric facility on Shutter Island after one of the patients goes missing. DiCaprio's masterful performance has the audience entranced as they root for him to get to the bottom of the matter as multiple hurdles attempt to thwart his investigation into the treatment of missing persons on Shutter Island. The emotional connection the audience have with DiCaprio's character leave little room to prepare for one of the most crazy plot twists of any movie in the 2010s. The year 2023 brings DiCaprio in yet another guaranteed cinema crusher as he plays a starring role in Martin Scorsese's Killers of the Flower Moon, and this is guaranteed to be most likely the biggest movie of the year so far. By the order of the Peaky Blinders is the phrase, but we go back to one of the most mind-blowing movies of the 2010s. Inception by Christopher Nolan has multiple great actors on set, and Cillian Murphy is no exception. In this movie, he plays Robert Fisher Jr., the heir to a company who is the target of an operation to implant a memory in his head to persuade him to close down his company. For those of you who love plot twists and mind-bending movies, Inception captured that beautifully, and even with a star-studded cast, Cillian Murphy did not get lost in the background and played his role to perfection. The Peaky Blinders needs no embellishment, for his success speaks for itself. The fan-made videos, the quotes, the clips, the fan pages are a testament to his immense success, but then with often seen mediocre movies garner large fan bases over nothing. This is not the case with Peaky Blinders. Cillian Murphy plays Thomas Shelby, who attempts to lead his band of brothers from the underbelly of Birmingham to the zenith of London. This band of brothers, led by Thomas Shelby, will deliver some of the greatest pieces of television, with Cillian Murphy shining all the way through as the lead character. 2023 is also another year of success for Cillian Murphy as he stars in the most explosive film of the year with Oppenheimer, a movie about the production of the world's first atomic bomb, with Cillian Murphy playing the American scientist Oppenheimer in this movie. The fan cams are out, the clips, the explosions are all around the internet, but none of that will take away from yet another performance as the stellar actor that is Cillian Murphy. Okay, so that's a wrap on episodes of Actors to Look Out For. If you enjoyed this, then join the Bootleg Corner by hitting the subscribe button on your screen. Leave a comment with your thoughts, and we'll get right back to you when we can. Still the Bootleg God on this. Bye for now.